Good morning. It is day number 182. Yesterday I had 24,599 steps. And today I'm back in Vegas on track for another 24,000. I had a startling discovery this morning. It blew my mind. Do you remember what the first rule of Fight Club is? Well, so you don't talk about Fight Club. Why am I mentioning this movie that's definitely over 20 years old? Well, for two reasons. One, anytime I meet someone else that is on the carnivore diet, I feel like we're in the Fight Club together. You don't really quite talk about it, and then you find out, and then it's all you can talk about for a little while. The gentleman I was working with in Atlanta, I found out at the end of the event, the last day, like last hour, that he was on the carnivore diet. I was talking to him about my barbecue journeys and how I'm curating a list for the best spots all over North America. And he was like, man, I need to see that list. But the second thing about Fight Club, my startling discovery, the one thing I never looked up before, and you may not have either. So Edward Norton goes through the movie as a character that lives a very mundane life. And then he meets a man on a plane, Brad Pitt, or Tyler Durden, and gives him his card. Well, the discovery I made today that I did not think to look up ever before is what Edward Norton's character's name was. And did you know he doesn't have a name in the movie? He is simply the narrator. Brad Pitt is Tyler Durden. So does Edward Norton even exist in the movie? Who knows? I'll have to go back and watch it because now I'm very interested. I'm part of the Carnivore Fight Club, I guess. Where we talk about it in the shadows. We meet in some dark rooms and figure things out. But it's been a rewarding journey so far. Like, I can see light at the end of the tunnel. I can see my goals actually getting accomplished. And man, it's exciting. It is really exciting. I'm going to go a different way today. Why not? Spice it up a bit. So I've got this walk this morning, and then I've got to go and pick up a car so that I can go to California and do some more work. Perhaps I'll get some shots of this house. I got to figure out if time will allow. It's a nice house I'm working on. Putting up some of the Samsung frame TVs. Also running some wire through some conduit that's underground from the house to the detached garage. This house has a attached and detached garage. So I'll be running those wires to the other side so that internet can get over there. This is the route I took last night to go get some burger patties from McDonald's. I didn't have any ground beef thawed. And I just figured, man, I need to eat something. I was running on empty. And on top of that, I didn't have all my steps done by the time I got home. The tough part about work/travel days is when you wake up, or when I wake up, I'll get out and do my walk, then I still need to get to work. And typically, I'll finish my steps throughout the workday. But, there were a lot of variables kind of working against me yesterday. I wanted to get on a standby flight because my original flight was until 7 p.m., which would have put me in Vegas by 8:30 at night. And I wanted to get back here earlier, so I hopped on a standby to St. Louis at 2:15, and then that flight was a bit delayed, and I needed back home at about 5:30, so I got about 3 hours back, which is kind of nice. I needed the extra time to edit yesterday's video, to get the rest of my steps in when I got home, and just to hopefully have a little bit of extra time to recover and relax, which that didn't happen. On this particular flight, though, I met a gentleman named Joe. He's in the aerospace industry. And man, I had such a fascinating conversation about, planes and traveling and dieting and working out, which is really cool. Like, it doesn't happen very often. And it's not that I'm not a talker or that I can't start a conversation. It's just that when you're on, say, Southwest, for instance, or any flight, or it's not a 2-2 configuration, like sitting in business class, or a very small plane where you're sitting right next to each other, if there's someone sitting in the middle seat, you're likely never going to have that conversation because you'd be talking over the person in the middle of you, and it's just rude. Some people would, but I wouldn't do that. So it was fascinating to me that the flight was full, but we had that nice empty middle seat. And two things happen there. Get to stretch your legs out a bit, which I really need to do when I'm sitting window seat. And also get to have a conversation if the mood arises. And it was cool. It was really nice. He showed me a bunch of different really nice airports. It was an airport he showed me. It's in Southeast Asia that had a waterfall in the middle of the airport coming from the ceiling, and it was almost like being in a forest. It's just unreal to see all these different hotels and meals, and it's very interesting when you think about what your career path might be. When you go to school, it's just like at the youngest age, they're like, what do you want to be? A policeman or a fireman? And those are the two options they give you, or what do they call the guys that go to space? An astronaut. And they give you like three options. And you don't know that you have all these other possibilities that you could go out and do. So when I heard what he did, it just was really fascinating to see all of the different career paths you can take. Even what I do, I didn't know it was a thing until a few years ago when my friend told me about it. Otherwise, I don't know if I'd be traveling so much right now. It's not cheap. When you factor in flights, hotels, meals, it gets up there. Some of these trips, they're spending $5,000 or $6,000 just between flights and hotels to have me there. So it still blows my mind I get paid to do what I do, but I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. I enjoy it, and when there's a decent client to work with, it's even better. Happy to be back in Vegas for a day. Where I'm going in California, yesterday was 80 degrees. So polar opposite of Atlanta. Some of those mornings I was getting out there and it was 25, 26. So to go from that to warm weather is going to be a treat. I'm a big fan of the warm weather, and typically this time of year I would be over in Southeast Asia or somewhere in South America where it feels just like the perfect summer. But not this year. I'm focused. I got debt to pay off. I got goals. I got fitness goals. I got so much going on. And it's not busy work. It is necessary work that needs to be done on me so that I can deliver the best version of me to myself and also to you. All one step, one day at a time. You don't see day 182 from day one. I'll tell you that much. You don't know what day 2 looks like at that point. You just hope you make it through day 1. And here I am, day 182. Psyched, pumped, happy to still be on the journey, happy to still be improving and knowing that I've got a ways to go still until I reach my destination. But the amount of patience that I've developed over this time of not tying my goal to a specific time frame has been extremely rewarding. I can stop me to be patient in so many other situations, daily situations where maybe I'm traveling and there's a delay on a flight. My face doesn't even twitch. A frown, not even. Maybe before, but I'm literally becoming a different person that just kind of rolls with the punches or figures out something else, because what else can you do? I'm not flying private, so I cannot, at this point, do anything about a commercial airline delaying my flight. I just got to roll with it. You got to roll with when I'm working in cities where it's a heavy union presence and things just don't get done in a timely manner. Just got to roll with it. Got to figure it out as the problems come to me. But starting every day like this, super rewarding. Super rewarding. Like taking care of me first. This is like the idea of paying yourself first when you get your paycheck or a client pays you. Putting some money aside for yourself. This is what I'm doing with this journey. I'm putting some fitness aside for myself so that when I reach my golden years, I'll still be able to do stuff that's just like this. I won't be constrained to a bed or a wheelchair because I didn't prepare for it. And that's what this journey is all about. Preparation, discipline, and shifting your mindset to realize that there's no obstacle too great for you as a human being walking this earth to conquer. And once you realize that for yourself, the sky truly is the limit. Like there's no opportunity you won't be willing to go after with ferocity, because you'll know in your heart, in your mind, that if you keep showing up every single day and not take no from it for an answer from yourself, you can't be defeated. And this isn't something that they teach you in school, especially not nowadays. I mean, you get participation trophies nowadays. You get a trophy just for showing up and not doing anything at all. I don't think that's right. But I'm not in charge of the participation trophies, so that doesn't really matter. And I'm not looking for one either. I am showing up, doing the work, and I will see the results. Well, guys, I'll be checking in with you likely tomorrow from California, where it's a little bit warmer. And the location will be kind of cool. I'll be walking on a different kind of track. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'm really enjoying checking in with you and displaying my journey of consistency and discipline so that hopefully you can make a change in your life. Modeled off of what I'm doing. Just showing you it's simple. I'm just walking every day. I'm not doing calculus or some crazy handstands or running with my ears. I'm just walking. Something that most people can do if you get out of your own way. So with that, guys, I'd like you to leave the number 182 for day 182 in the comment section if you made it this far. And if you didn't, oh well. I'll catch you tomorrow on day 183. I'm Brandon Alexander. Go out and do something great for yourself on this beautiful Friday.